Hi, welcome to Sub R, where I dive into different subreddits and read funny stories for your amusement. As this is my first video, let's dive into something that everybody loves: other people's misery. And what better way to do that than to visit r/todayifdup. Let me know which one was your favorite. Mine has got to be the one about the internet search history. Anyways, let's get on with the stories. The first story was posted by Emmy Ego. Today I effed up by accidentally calling a student by the name of their laptop. I work as a tutor for my university. This means a lot of students pop by asking for general academic assistance. The place where I work is generally pretty loud, so it's often hard to catch the students' names. However, a nifty trick I've picked up is to look at the name that pops up on the computer login when they open their laptops. This usually works pretty well, but today was a completely different story. The student's login name was set to Lenovo Signature, to which I thought, what an alternative name. I continued calling the student Lenovo throughout the entire tutoring consultation. For example, yes Lenovo, that topic sentence is on point. I got some funny looks from the student, but they didn't correct me and were probably trying to be polite. They left the consultation pretty damn quickly, and it wasn't until my colleague pointed out afterwards, whilst in a fit of hysterics, that Lenovo Signature is a laptop brand. I had never heard of it before. I still haven't recovered and will probably never show my face at work again. Lenovo girl, if you're reading this, I am very sorry. TLDR, called a student the name of their laptop brand without realizing that wasn't actually their name. You know what, OP, this actually isn't a big deal. You should just call everyone by their laptop brand going forward, and then you'll be known as a jokester. Our next story was posted by the JFK Experience. Today I effed up by accidentally hosting an orgy. Obligatory, this didn't happen today, this actually happened yesterday. I, 22-year-old male, have just bought a house and I've finally gotten everything set up and established. My roommate, 23-year-old male, and I plan on throwing a party with a lot of our friends to celebrate my first mortgage payment. Well, Saturday night rolls around and it's midnight. A lot of the people who told us they'd be there bailed for various reasons, but we still had a group of 7 of our closest friends. Things started off innocent enough. We played some drinking games and got properly trashed. About 3 a.m., we decided it's time to turn in. I've got 3 bedrooms and some couches, so there's plenty of room for everyone to stay the night. I set out one of my friends in a guest bedroom, and my roommate's girlfriend was helping the girls out with makeup remover, making sure they had water, etc. 2 of my other friends decide to join the guest room and split the bed 3 ways. So there are 2 girls and a guy splitting that room. My roommate and his girlfriend go to his room. We were all pretty exhausted, so everyone got settled and went to bed. The guest bedroom is right across the hall from my bedroom, and about 30 minutes later, I start hearing some noises. Specifically, moaning. I had initially thought this was my roommate and his girlfriend, but it became clear that it was the 2 girls from the guest room. I was still pretty drunk at this time. I needed to go get some water from the kitchen. As I walked down the hall, amidst the moaning, I noticed the guest bedroom door was slightly open. Without thinking much of it, I say something into the room like, "You can at least keep the door shut if you're going to be doing this." And I shut the door. That's where I effed up. I get back to bed and various moaning and circus noises go on for about an hour. Finally, I hear the door open. I'm much more sober at this point and I wanted to figure out what actually happened. Turns out, my roommate and his girlfriend had joined in on the threesome in progress, turning it into the first orgy in my new home. And I closed the door on my opportunity to join in. TLDR, I missed the opportunity to take part in an orgy at a party I was the host of. I like how OP said the first orgy in his new home. Does he have plans for another one? The next story was posted by Jackie Friday. Today I effed up by puking on a stove/grill in a Japanese performance restaurant. The title is as bad as it sounds, and I think my life is ruined. Anyway, we went out to eat at a restaurant called Kabuki, and I wasn't feeling very good before, but I didn't think much of it. When we got in there, I immediately felt sick. All the cheering at the chef performers and the overwhelming smell of fish. I started getting nervous. We were then situated at a square bar around the stove where the cooks cooked our dinner and tossed knives and spatulas. I don't know why, but when they put the scallops on the stove, there it came, the puke. I started feeling hot and saliva filled my mouth. I then said something reluctantly to my family members like, I'm not feel... There it came. As I was trying to talk, I clenched my fist and the thought of scallops couldn't leave my head. And then, mid-sentence, puke just goes out as I leaned against my chair. Oh, poop. Oh, funk. Oh, God. It took me a second to realize what happened, but when I did, I looked up and everyone was saying something and backed away from the table. The chef was yelling something in Japanese to his coworkers as the most horrid smell filled the air. It was a smell I can't even explain. Almost like a mix of puke and diesel. After then, I just ran to the bathroom, and when I finished, there was cleaning everywhere on our table. Luckily, most of the puke didn't hit the table, mostly the chair and floor. After that, I'm sure they just burned the place down. It was a shitty building anyways. Used to be home to a burger place. I haven't received a fine or lawsuit, but it doesn't change the fact that every person in that place won't ever come back. TLDR, I puked on the stove in a Japanese performance restaurant and my vomit was cooking on the center table stove. OP, I have to ask, did you at least tip the restaurant? Our last story was submitted by Anastasia Gag. Today I effed up by revealing my adult search history to my entire class and getting a new nickname in the process. It happened today. A few hours ago, actually. I'm not only embarrassed and want to die, but this might stick around for a while. Or forever. I'm in my last year of uni, scholarship student with extreme ties to the university I'm attending. I won't disclose it for obvious reasons. Half of my family has graduated here. My stepfather is to this day heavily involved with the university and has funded multiple different projects in its name. My brother and stepbrother are both highly regarded professors at the uni, and my mother was a dean here before pursuing another career. I know I said I won't disclose the name of the university I'm attending, but to paint a picture, it's one of the most revered universities in the US. Oh, I'm also a squeaky clean student. No prior incidents. I've always been low-key and just studying my ass off. This, unfortunately, changes today. We were given an assignment to create a presentation to present in front of our classes. We were to pick our own topic, do our own research, add our flavor to it, so to speak. I'm not very good at public speaking and presentations, but I've always done enough to make sure I'm not left behind. I finished my presentation the same week we got the assignment because I hate procrastinating, and I just focused on learning my parts and finalizing some minor things. So I've been in good spirits, not worrying too much about it, and in fact, looking forward to it. Yesterday, however, one day before the presentation, having finished everything, I decided to relax for the night and not think too much of it. I don't watch adult films often, but when I do, it's a very specific type of film. It's always, and I mean always, gangbangs. It's been a fantasy/fetish of mine since before I can remember. I haven't done it, it's just a fantasy, I think. I watched what I watched. Lovely stuff. Closed my browser, turned off my laptop, and went to sleep even more relaxed than before. This morning, day of our presentation, I'm feeling great. I know I won't blow anyone out of the water, but I actually think I had a pretty decent project. We connected my laptop to the projector. I did my thing. It went pretty well. It wasn't amazing per se, but I think my class and the professor liked it. Because of the topic I picked, once my presentation was finished, our professor made us debate on it. I actually got pretty heated to the point where I had to Google some statistics to back up some of the claims I had previously made in my conclusion. What I completely forgot was, unless I specifically close the tabs manually on my browser, when I open the browser up, it starts exactly where I left off, which in this case was about 10 or so tabs with different gangbang videos on them. And some of the videos were quite rough. It wasn't like 3 guys, 1 girl type of thing. Some of them were pretty out there. The moment I opened my browser, horror struck me. Thank God Adult Hub didn't decide to autoplay the first video. Lo and behold, for my whole class and professor to see, gangbang galore. Each and every tab was a different gangbang video. I was so panicked, instead of straight up closing the browser, or hell, the laptop even, I started to manually close the tabs one by one, fumbling like crazy, making them read the titles of the videos in the process. I was so embarrassed. I somehow managed to apologize. Thank God everyone was kind of a good sport about it. But what was done was done. Thankfully, I was the last presentation, so only the debate was ruined. My class is killing me about the whole thing. In fact, they started calling me the gangbang queen as a joke. The collective laughter from the whole class wasn't enough of a humiliation to go through apparently. Now, I have to live with a fancy nickname for the foreseeable future. Oh, and I don't even want to fathom what's going on through heads about me. I don't know how I'm going to handle stuff tomorrow, but today, I really effed up. TLDR. After a successful presentation during class, I managed to F up Googling statistics to back up a claim I made, and in the process of the whole thing, I showed my whole class and professor my deepest fetish by not closing my adult video history the night before. Oh, damn, OP. Haven't you heard of incognito? That concludes this episode of Today I F'd Up. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment, and subscribe. Also, if you have suggestions for subreddits I should visit, let me know in the comments below, and I will see you next time.